Hello?
Hi, is this Theodora?
Yes, hi.
Hi, this is Debbie. I'm the supervisor you talked to earlier at Waterbury Juvenile Court.
Yes, hi.
Hi. Okay, I got a couple of things for you. So, on your fee waiver, you wanted to request a hearing, is that correct?
Hold on.
On the denial?
No, I didn't want to request a hearing on a denial. You told me that I don't have the right to counsel because I'm not the one who's being petitioned against, but according to section...
She denied counsel for you, and someone told me that you were requesting a hearing on that denial.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that this is clear. I was told that I do not have the right to counsel in this action. However, according to section 32A-1 of the Connecticut Practice Book, it states the right to counsel. It says, the judicial authority shall advise and explain to the parents or guardian of a child or youth their right to silence and to counsel. Judicial authority may appoint counsel.
You're reading from a neglect petition. This is not a neglect petition. It's a probate petition. But either way, I'm going to give you the form number in case you want to request a hearing on your...
No, I resubmitted a new one because it says in the statute here that it says on here, it's Connecticut General Statutes 46B.
I know the statute.
Okay, so if you know the statute...
Your fee waiver was denied. Your request for counsel was denied. Do you want to request a hearing or not is my question. Because I can give you the form number that you can fill out and request a hearing for that. Would you like that form number?
I just want to understand why it says on the application that this is applicable to Connecticut General Statute 46B-135. And in 46B-135... I know you keep cutting me off. You keep cutting me off. First of all, the neglect petition is not only able to be filed by DCF. Even if you guys 90% of the time get it from DCF, that doesn't mean that they're the only ones who can file it. Secondly,
ma'am, I understand perfectly.
Okay, if you understand, then answer me.
I understand.
Can you please answer my question as to why it says in the statute? I'm going to read it to you. It says any parent.
You don't need it to read it to me. I know the statute.
Okay, so the statute says I have the right. The statute says the right.
Your fee waiver was denied. Would you like to request a hearing on that? That's the question. Because I can give you the form number, and that is the only way that you can reverse that decision. If it's going to be reversed.
I submitted a second one because you told me.
And it's denied.
The second one was denied. The second one was also denied?
Yes. Would you like to request a hearing on that?
Okay. I would like to know why you told me before that it was denied because I don't have the right to have an appointed attorney because I'm not the one whose rights are being terminated. And according to...
I can only tell you what was told to me by the judge. Would you like to request a hearing?
No. I'm just saying what you told me is incorrect. It says here that I have the right to counsel.
Neither here nor there. So then we're going to move on to the second. You filed an OTC, a JDJM 58, and that was brought to the judge. You were told that was being brought to the judge so that the judge could decide whether or not that's granted, denied, or whatever was going to happen with it. Per the judge, an OTC does not stand alone. You would have to file a neglect petition with that.
Which I did. Well, then maybe you guys can go look in the facts again, and I'll send it again now. I've sent it like 6 times.
Okay, great. So that's being fact. So what will happen is you will get a hearing on that, and the judge will determine, 1, whether you are the proper filer, and 2, whether this court has jurisdiction on that.
Okay, so but can I just
working on that, so you'll get notice of that. And I forgot to ask you last time I was on the phone with you, the hearing on, remember the hearing we were talking about on your probate case, the first one, you asked me if it was a plea, and I said, well, technically it's not really a plea, it's like an initial presentment. That's going to be virtual, but we would need information to email you the virtual link.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying, though. Like, was any notices issued about this or anything? Like,
just the fee waiver denied. It was like, so it wasn't even denied. It was, so your first fee waiver, the judge, you asked for an attorney, cost of filing, and I think service of process. the judge granted the costs of filing, which there are none, and she granted the cost of service of process, which you don't have to serve anything, so that was granted. She just didn't grant you the attorney.
Okay, and if you would just please let me speak without screaming at me or cutting me off, I just want to follow up because when I spoke to you earlier, you stated to me that by statute, I have no right to any court-appointed counsel. However,
I didn't say by statute.
Okay.
I said that you
Please.
do not, on a probate case.
Can you please just let me speak?
You're not automatically entitled to counsel because it's not like DCF is taking your child away from you. There are no allegations against you. It's
right, but when you're saying this, I understand. Can you just please let me? I'd like to just ask you to just please listen for a second because you're saying to me that what you're talking about right now, everything you're saying is not in the statute. So I don't know where this information is coming from is what my issue is. You're telling me one thing and I'm looking at the law and I'm looking at the statute and it says clearly that opposite of what you're saying. It says the parent or parents have the right to counsel. If they're unable to afford counsel, counsel will be provided to them.
The judge did not appoint you counsel.
Okay.
That's what I can
so
tell
I'm
you.
going to resubmit it. And like I said to the guy who I was talking to on the phone before you called me back, per this statute, it states I have the right. The parent. You keep cutting me off. You keep cutting me off. It says
whatever you file, we will bring to the judge.
Okay, I'm gonna print this with it then because you guys are clearly denying me my legal rights under the statute. And then when I try to bring it up, when I try to say it, you keep talking over me because you don't want me to even point it out.
Because you're telling me I can't, there's nothing I can do for you.
Because you told me that I have no right to it, and that's incorrect. Listen, I have the right.
I asked you if you wanted a hearing. That hearing goes before the judge.
So if I want a hearing, the procedure is to verbally tell you over the phone?
No, I have a form number for you, which you wouldn't let me give you.
Because you told me that I have no right. You said you have no right to this.
Ma'am. Do you want a hearing on the denial of your
I don't want a hearing. I want them to look at the application and not deny it based on the fact that they're not looking at the. Okay.
You file.